Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Hot. God Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines.
Hey y'all, hey, back with another video. This video is about the famous TikToker by the name of Brenay, who has been blogging like for a long time. And within these blogs, she's been telling a story of her life, basically what she's on in court for now is what had a lot to do with her blogs that she used to do within itself, because like she's an influencer, so she does makeup, she takes you around with her when she's out shopping, eating, things of that sort. But in the midst of doing all of that, she talks about things that's happening in her life, which had to do with her and her then husband, Devin, I believe is how you pronounce it. Guys, this story is crazy. So she was married to her husband by the name of Devin. Devin has a cousin by the name of Tim, who's married to a girl by the name of Kira, well, a woman by the name of Kira. Mind you, all of them grew up together. They all knew each other. They grew up together, right? They went to school together. Brenay used to date Tim in high school. When they was in high school, allegedly got pregnant by him, but her mom had her delete the baby. Tim ended up breaking up. They end up breaking up, him and Brenay. Tim puts his cousin Devin, who was married to Brenay now since they've been older. Tim puts him on to Brenay because he was a virgin, and this was a way to get him, his stuff, because everybody says that her and her twin sister were easy, and she was just giving it up. So that was him, a way of him getting some, cat. Mind you, Devin at the time wasn't quite the looker. He wasn't somebody that most people would run and gravitate to at the time. But baby, when I tell y'all, Devin done blew his glow up is crazy. It is crazy. So Brenay and Devin married, living together after he had sex with her, whatever. They're married, living together. Akira and Tim are married, living together. Whole time, Brenay still is crushing on Tim. She basically, in the back of her mind, still wants Tim. Man, you, when they had a thing way back in high school. This girl literally befriended Akira. They were literally friends, like close friends. I wouldn't say best friends, but they were close friends, close enough to the point that she used to watch Akira and Tim's kids. They end up moving Brenay in because Brenay allegedly came up with this elaborate scheme lie in order to get closer to Tim. She tells them that Devin tried to attack her, tried to fight her, put his hands on her. They move her into their house. Mind you, as she's living with them, she's flirting, doing all these things with Tim. And when I say this the lowest as low can get, this woman, Brenay, literally slept with Tim in Tim's and Akira's house multiple times at that. She backstabbed Akira to get close to Tim. She tells her husband, basically, she wants a divorce. She don't want to be with him no more. He told her to prove it. And what she does, calls Tim over to their house. This was before she ended up moving in with Tim and Akira. She calls Tim over. He comes over with a blow-up mattress, allegedly, goes into the spare room. Brenay goes into that spare room with him, and they have sex while her husband is there. And that's what nipped everything in the bud. And them getting a divorce, she ended up making up that lie to go get closer to Tim. She gets closer to Tim and ends up marrying Tim now. So now that's 2 cousins she done been married to. Y'all, this story is crazy. So I wanted to give y'all a little background on this situation. And I'm going to shout out to the content creators over there on TikTok, because they did their biggest with this. It's some that came from out of town and went to the court hearing to be there in person. And when I say they is on Brenay's ass, they are on her and Tim's ass, because this is like ridiculous. And not to even mention, Brenay, it's clips of her like literally doing things to imitate Akira, like doing her hair the same as Akira's, doing her nails the same as Akira, all these things. And they calling her obsessed with Akira, which reminded me of Romika case, y'all, like to the T. This is crazy. So I'm just gonna get into the content, y'all. Let's get into it. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm just gonna play these videos, because this is crazy. And let's get into some things. Okay, I'm gonna start here.
Okay, so this is a quick backstory for the people that don't know who Brenay and Akira are and why their case is so big right now. So let's talk about it. Brenay is a well-known content creator. She's been on social media for years. She has millions of followers across other several platforms, and her and Akira were friends. I mean friends, like they were best friends, to the point where Akira allowed Brenay to watch her children. Both of these women were married and their husbands are first cousins, and they used to hang out all the time. Brenay was married to Devin. Akira was married to Tim. Akira started suspecting that Brenay and Tim were having a thing, because when they would hang out, Brenay was starting to give Tim more attention than even her husband Devin.
Devin sitting in the back seat.
Say hey. Say hey.
She threw up a peace sign behind Devin.
For soap, and of course I left literally sitting on the table, don't do too much. But anyway, then Tim had came home and finished the kids' kitchen, and then
Tim came home and finished the kids' kitchen. Excuse me?
I don't drive no more, so it's weird. Really? Because he be driving. I don't drive no more. Girl, don't do your husband like that. Don't do him like that. Devin would be pissed if I got him that. And Akira eventually found out that Brenay and Tim were having an affair, but not only were they having an affair, but they were very disrespectful with it. They were having relations in Akira and Tim's bed. They were having relations in the bathroom in Akira and Tim's house while Akira and Tim's children were there. So Akira filed for divorce and eventually alienation of affection against Brenay for her part in the affair.
The way that these kids was crying and screaming, after being in a car accident, and then you gonna traumatize them some more and rip them from their mama? You gonna take them away from their mama at the hospital? Despite being asked numerous times for the protection of the children to keep the girlfriend away from the minor children and the minor children just being involved in a car accident, Tim and Brenay still grabbed and left with the minor children. And both parties rolled their eyes at Akira while she was outside in the hospital waiting room after the children were seen by medical professionals. So what this basically meant was she made sure that the kids were taken care of first. And now she was waiting to have her exam to make sure that she was okay. So even though that they were cleared, they done came in and done took these children knowing that she had not been seen and she couldn't leave until she was seen. You got to be kidding me.
Meanwhile, in Brenay's marriage, she told her husband that she didn't want to be with him no more and that she wanted to be with Tim.
So that's probably going to be the next video that I'm going to have with my husband. I don't know why I say my husband, Devin. We've been married for 4 months, y'all. Let's think about it.
Excuse me? Speak up.
You need to talk about this. You can't see you want to hear from me.
I said, I wasn't talking about you. I said,
He is mad awkward. Read the next question, because you,
Because her husband ended up finding out about her and Tim as well. But not only her and Tim, but the fact that Brenay's twin sister Corinne was also messing with Tim as well. Not only was she messing with Tim, but she had been messing with Tim for years. If anything, Tim was messing with Corinne way more than Brenay. He preferred Corinne over her. So after Akira found out, she left Tim, and Tim had no other option but to go with Brenay. And ever since him and Brenay have been open with their relationship, the disrespect has been so freaking loud with Brenay.
keeping one to keep the last name, that's her decision. She's going to be the Miss Montague, and I'm going to be the Mrs. Montague. So honestly, it really doesn't matter to me. I do not have any hatred in my heart for Tim's baby mom. I don't. I was auntie to those kids, a name that I didn't give myself. Just to throw that out there. Was like, hey, I want to call myself auntie. No, name that was given to me. If I don't like the baby mom, I don't like the kids. I love those kids, even like I said, when my position was auntie. I love those kids. Now that my position is, and it is stepmom. I may not be fond and may not like the things that the baby mom is doing, not only to me, but also to the baby dad. I don't like that. I can say that. I don't like it. But I'm not going to sit here on camera and to y'all, and I will say it to her and whoever else I need to, if when time is right, that I don't have any hatred towards you. Because at the end of the day, we all are going to have to co-parent those kids, and even my children, because their kids, the baby mom and the baby dad kids, are gonna be siblings to my kids. Princess picked it up and was like, "Oh, that smells so good," yeah. And I just kind of brushed it off. But the one that she in her recent alone in your life alone for over half of what she's ever been in your life before. So how can you scream, "Oh my gosh, Brenay ruined my marriage. She cheated and this and that and the third"? How can I do that? How can I ruin a marriage that was already broken? Y'all already had a separation. So clearly it's something up. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's clearly something up with that marriage. Before Brenay came into the picture to try to ruin it. I was in your life, but I'm saying before any of this that social media see is what I mean. Before social media see.
First time, bro.
Thank you. I don't get it. But I ruined your marriage, but it happened before. In the same situation that's happening now happened before. But Brenay's a homewrecker. But believe what y'all want, believe what y'all want. Do y'all realize I had an opportunity to be with Tim a long time ago? I've known this man since I was 15 years old. 15, I'm 25. Don't y'all think if I wanted him, I would have had him before she even laid eyes on him? He'd been in my life. I was 15, bro.
Like, this is some nasty, bottom of the barrel shit that's going on. Let's continue.
So those who are confused on the Brenay case, let me break it down for y'all. Basically, Brenay married her crush's cousin to get closer to her crush. Her crush name is Tim. Her husband name was Devin. Akira was Tim's wife. Okay, y'all got that? They all grew up together. They went to high school together. Now, Brenay also has a twin sister named Corinne, and she also plays a role in this situation. Track it back to high school. Basically, Brenay dated Tim back when they were really, really young. Mind y'all, Tim was Brenay's first love. Tim's family never liked Brenay, so Tim ended up breaking it off for Brenay. Now, circling back to the twin sister Corinne. Corinne and Brenay fell out and had a lot of beef in high school because Corinne basically slept with Tim after Brenay and Tim broke up. Basically, Brenay was a 304. And so Tim ended up putting his cousin Devin on Brenay because Brenay was going and Devin was a virgin and he wanted to lose his V. Before everyone graduated, Akira and Tim ended up getting together, and Akira was basically Tim's new girlfriend. Granted, Brenay, Devin, they don't hang out with Akira. They don't really know Akira like that. She's just the new girlfriend. Tim went off to play college football on a scholarship while Akira basically held the relationship down. Not too long after, Akira ends up getting pregnant and they end up getting married in 2018. Akira dropped out of school to be a wife, a mother, while Tim pursued his dreams of being an NFL player. Akira was working 2 jobs trying to support the family financially. Fast forward to 2021, Devin and Brenay ends up getting married. This is how I met Devin and Brenay, because they were a TikTok couple, actually. So mind y'all, Brenay and Devin is this God-fearing married couple. They're very Christian, go to church, listen to music, do couples content, all of that. So randomly they started hanging out with Tim and Akira, and they started doing like group activities, double dates, etc. Mind you, Brenay was known to be Akira and Tim's kids' aunt. Brenay was Auntie Brenay and Devin was Uncle Devin. Brenay started speculating that her sister Corinne started sneaking around with Tim again, and this is when Akira was pregnant with her second child. Things started getting weird because every time they would link up to do couple stuff, Brenay would be wearing inappropriate clothes, like her booty cheeks would be hanging out, her titties, she would have no bra on, like things were just very inappropriate, and she would be extremely friendly with Tim. So this is where everything started getting speculated. Akira would constantly check Brenay, like, hey girl, like, can you put a bra on? Or tell her about like her shorts being too short. And Brenay basically would see no issue with it. And Akira's main thing was the fact that her children are around. Like, there's kids around and you have your titties just out and exposed and your booty hanging out of your shorts. Like, you're not supposed to be dressed like that around children. So fast forward, one day, Brenay basically comes up with this big lie saying that Devin is being domestic towards her and that she doesn't feel comfortable living with Devin and etc., etc. So Brenay basically begs Akira and Tim for a place to stay. And Tim is like, yeah, like we might as well let her stay. Like she said she's having problems at home in her marriage. And so Akira went along with it, and Akira said that things got extremely weird the moment she moved into their home. Akira started finding random teeth around the house. She said that basically she would go to sleep early some nights and she'll go to sleep at like 8 p.m., wake back up at 11 p.m. and notice Tim's not in the bed, and she'll go out and check and see where he's at, and he would be in the den with the door closed, meaning they were being actual in their home while Akira was asleep, and this was proven. So Akira started confronting Tim, her husband, about what was going on. Tim gaslit her and said, oh, it's nothing going on. She was known as a 304 in her high school, saying that she's sloppy, she nasty, she dirty, she lazy, this, that, and the third. That's how she even got with Devin, like basically gaslit the fuck out of her. And she said she believed him because at the time it was like, anything my husband says, I'm going to believe. That's the type of woman she was. Granted, when Brenay was staying with them, she would fix Tim's plate first, would sit with Tim, would literally, everything's Tim. And then also, she was asked on many occasions to leave their home. She said no. She told Akira, no, Tim wants me here. And so Akira said she felt like she had no one to speak to about this because she would tell her husband would gaslight her, and she just felt like something sneaky was going on behind her back, but she just could not prove it. So she started getting a whole bunch of piercings. And so one day she goes around her family and they're like, why do you have so many piercings? And then she just busts out and just tells everything. And so her grandmother was like, oh no, I'll be over there. Because one thing about it, Akira is not confrontational. She said she's not an aggressor and that this is not something that she does. So the grandmother goes over to Akira's house. The grandmother said the house was so trashed where Brenay was staying at. She was staying in the den. They said that it was pop bottles, chip bottles. It was just so filthy, disgusting, and nasty. That grandmother asked Brenay, didn't even ask, told Brenay, you need to leave. And Brenay told her, no, Tim wants me here. So she ended up getting into an argument with her grandmother and ends up pushing her grandmother. Brenay eventually goes home and tells her husband, Devin, that she's in love with Tim and that she wants to be with Tim. And Devin basically says, well, if that's what you want to do, prove it. Invite him over here. And so she did exactly that and slept with Tim in their home, y'all. In their home. Devin ended up divorcing her after that. Akira ends up finding out because Devin ends up hitting Akira up and telling Akira what he knew. And so she ended up getting her piece on the whole entire situation. And that's why we're here today, y'all. And now y'all just gonna have to follow from here on out because I told y'all the entire backstory. Sorry if I butchered some parts, but this is literally how shit went down step by step. If I didn't get every little detail on point, I'm very sorry. But this is just the gist of everything step by step on what is going on. Oh, and then just when I thought I told all the tea, it always be more coming back to me. So let me tell y'all too. So people are also speculating that all of Corinne's kids are Tim's kids because, mind y'all, Tim and Corinne were heavily involved sexually back in 2019. And the crazy thing about it is Corinne's baby father wants nothing to do with Corinne nor her kids. Not to mention, she refuses to get a DNA test because she claims she knows who her baby daddy is. She doesn't need to do a DNA test. She knows exactly who the baby daddy is. Y'all, now look at this picture and tell me that this do not look like Timothy's child. Keep taking a good look. Keep taking a good look. I don't know what y'all think. Do y'all think it adds up? Y'all been sleeping heavy since 2019. You get pregnant in 2019, pop out with a baby, and the baby looks just like this. I think that baby daddy know a little bit more than what we know.
This story is crazy, y'all. If y'all want more on this, let me know and I can do a part 2. But let me just show y'all. So this is Devin with the black shirt on, and that is Tim. This is when they were younger. As I said, Devin didn't look too, a looker, nor did Tim at the time, but that is what it is. This is Brenay and Devin when they got married. This how they look. And then this is Brenay and Tim. They're together. I don't know if they married on this picture or not, but this is them. This is Corinne, Tim's wife. Look at that. She's gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. Again, Tim and Brenay. Now, if y'all want me to, okay, so let me show y'all before I say what I was gonna say, because I was gonna get into it. But this is Devin, his glow up. That man is fine. He is cute. Brenay dropped the ball because now she's with Tim. She's with Tim, and allegedly it's not even alleged because it's in the court documents that he's not even working, ain't worked in over 6 months, all types of stuff. Now he was in college when he was with Akira, playing football, but I guess that didn't work out. So now he a regular guy, broke. This is Akira with her new man. Clock it. Like this case is crazy. But what I will say is I feel like Tim did what he did because Brenay was getting to that bag. He wanted that money. He left his whole wife and family to be with Brenay. He slept with Brenay's twin sister, Corinne, and allegedly those are his kids by her. This whole thing, only good people throughout this whole story is Akira and Devin. They the ones got fucked up. But it's crazy because Akira is suing Brenay for 3.5 million, I believe it is, for alienation of affection. And then I believe Devin is also suing Brenay. So all this money she making on TikTok and whatever other social sites, baby, you're gonna have to work a little bit more harder. And I'm damn sure believe that Tim's gonna end up leaving her after this because he can't leech off of her no more. But if y'all want more of this story, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and leave in the comments that y'all want more. Want me to continue to talk about this, because I will. This story has blown up. But I'm out, y'all. Bye.
Bringing the news, facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map.
Yo, fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Report on what's real, we ain't chasing fact. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Yo, fast with the facts, we don't play no games.